Hello, I'm Jordan. I'm going to do something a little different today. I'm going to do a haul video, which is something I've never done on this channel before, and it's not one of my favorite videos to watch from other booktubers, but I'm intending this as kind of a thank you to Booktube, because every book I'm going to mention here and show here was something that I saw mentioned on another booktuber's channel. So starting with the great Steve Donoghue, who needs no introduction from me, this is Libby, The Early Histories of Rome. And those of you who watch Steve's channel certainly know that he is a huge fan of Livy and is always recommending Livy. So I thought I'd give it a try. He certainly makes it sound entertaining, so I'll be getting to that soon, hopefully. And then the other book that I saw him mentioned frequently is Boswell's Life of Johnson. I'm not exactly sure if I need to read Johnson before I read this. I think perhaps not, because I've never read Johnson. So I'm not sure how to go about doing that, but it is something I want to tackle fairly soon. So I picked that up too. And then the next is Black Sheep Books, Jason Harrigan, whose channel I've been watching in all of its various iterations for quite a while. And recently on one of his haul videos, he held up this, E.T. Hoffman. I'm a huge fan of horror fiction. I think, like a lot of booktubers, horror was like my first love as a reader. And recently I've been trying to kind of get back to the classics of the genre. And apparently this is an author who falls under that category. I had never heard of him, to be honest, until I saw that video. But it certainly sounds intriguing. Jason made it sound great, and it sounds good based on the back. So looking forward to dipping in and out of that. And then the other one is the Rosicrucian trilogy. Occultism and esoteric literature is a developing interest of mine, and I hope to one day have a fraction of the knowledge that Jason has on it. And I saw him hold this up, and it's something I want to explore hopefully soon. So hopefully I'll be getting to that one soon as well. And then next is a book I saw on, I think it was Kelly over at Books I'm Not Reading, but it was a video that she made with Jason, her husband, who has a channel, Old Blues Chapter and Verse, which is also fantastic. And that's The Secret Commonwealth by Robert Kirk, which is another book I had never heard of. It's barely a book. It seems like it's basically an essay about folk belief in fairies, essentially, as I understand it, which is a deep fascination of mine. So it's another one that I'm looking forward to getting to as well. And then finally, the lion's share of this is going to go to Jack over at the Rambling Raconteur, simply because of the nature of his channel. When he talks about a book, he always closes the video with a kind of a list of books that he thinks are related or similar in a way, and it's always masterfully done. The parallels that he draws are so interesting and unexpected a lot of the times. So not all of these are books that he has made videos on, but they're all books that he has mentioned in a video. Starting with Life and Opinions of Tristram Shandy. I'm not at all familiar with 18th century literature. What I've read of it, I'm not particularly fond of. I read Tom Jones and didn't really care for it, but I did read Journal of the Plague Year by Daniel Defoe last year and really enjoyed it. So this is a book I've heard about for a long time and kind of vaguely wanted to get to know, and then I saw Jack bring it up, and he made it sound good, so I'll be reading that soon. And the next is he did an entire video called Here Lies, or an entire series called Here Lies Herodotus on Herodotus, which I did not watch because I wanted to actually read along with it. So I picked this up because he is a deeply devoted fan of Herodotus, I get the impression. So I'll be reading this along with watching those videos at some point in the future. Probably before I get to Libby, I would say. And then he also, maybe Midrash, I'm not actually sure if it was specifically for maybe Midrash, but he made a video of The Conference of the Birds, which is another book. This is an Islamic Sufi mystical poem, as I understand it. And this is a book that I've wanted to get to for a very long time, and I kind of had forgotten about it until I saw him do his wonderful video on it, and he just made me want to read it all the more. So that's another one I'm really looking forward to. And then I also saw him recently bring up Sir Gawain and the Green Knight, which is something I kind of have written off as a marginal poem, never ever actually having read it. So I've decided to give this a go at some point. And then finally, I picked up some Angela Carter based on Jack talking about her. This has The Bloody Chamber, which is, of course, what I had heard of before, and then it also has Wise Children and Fireworks, which I'm not at all familiar with. But this sounds like it's going to be right up my alley, so it's another one I'm going to be dipping in and out of. I think their books are short stories, as I understand it. There might be, one of these might be a novel, I'm not sure. But anyways, yeah, So yes, thank you to all those booktubers, and thank you to this community in general. I really can't say how much it has expanded my interests and expanded what I'm willing to read and willing to give a try to. So obviously, this should keep me set for quite a while. I kind of promised myself I would stop buying physical books last year, but I did recently just buy a new bookcase, which has a lot of space on it, so I think that was safe in getting some books to fill it up. So anyways, if you've read any of these, let me know what you think, and if you're a fan of any of those booktubers that I mentioned, also let me know. I'll leave a link to all their channels below, and thanks for watching. Have a good day.